If you have not yet seen the last channel update I gave a bit of insight on what is going on behind the scenes on the channel and what the plans are for moving forward. So that will explain a lot of things that I'm showing in this video, so if you don't understand quite yet what is happening, feel free to check that video out and this one will make a lot more sense. Now if you don't want to watch that video, that's also fine. I'll just give a brief explanation. I started a channel for 3D printing specifically and tried a couple of things there. Didn't really like how it was going. The companies also weren't really willing to work with me on that channel, so I figured why make a second channel if I could just share it here as I have been doing in the past. So we'll be moving forward with that from now on as well. That second channel is closed. All of the 3D printing content will be posted here. If you don't want to watch those videos, that is perfectly fine. The content is free of charge. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. If you're here for the scale modeling content, no worries, still plenty of that going on and coming in the future, and that will always be the main focus on the channel. So overall, not a lot changing, but a couple of things that I am changing. I have been accepting a couple of commission builds in the past, and I don't really want to do that. I don't get enjoyment out of that. So the ones that I have accepted and I'm working on, I will finish off. But from that one forward, I will just be focusing on my own builds and not doing anything for anyone else except for the companies that I'm working with. I've also been trying out various different things, building different subjects like engines and bigger kits, smaller kits, all that kind of thing, and some of the really weird things that don't really fit in with the channel I will be stopping with and just focusing on my passions. So overall for you, probably not much that will be changing, as I still will be building models and sharing it with you guys, but just for the internal side of things, I will personally be a bit happier just doing what I want to do and not being forced into doing things for others that don't really align with my passions. So even though the main focus of the channel is scale modeling, 3D printing does kind of fit into it and is one of my passions, and that gives us a nice leadway into all of the packages that have been arriving. I have received a couple of packages from Elegoo with a couple of their FDM printers. Some of you've already seen in a video here or there being used for some small bits, and I will be posting reviews of those later on the channel, going a bit more in depth on the specific machines. I have also received a couple of packages from Creality. They have worked with me in the past and also on some resin printers, but wanted to highlight some of their FDM printers as well. So they've sent out a couple packages with machines. In this case, the Ender 3 Pro and also the Ender 3 S1. Now these are fairly similar machines, but have pretty different piece of equipment on them, so I'll be going in depth on those, showing some of their filaments and the main machines as well. I did receive a nice care package from Eryone 3D as well. I have been using some of their resins in a couple of my projects with great success, and they also wanted to send out some of their filaments, and as I'm doing a lot more reviews on FDM printers, those will come in really handy. They also sent out another bottle of resin and more filaments. If I have discount links, they will be in the description down below, so again, check those out as well if you are interested. Now going back to Creality and moving over to the lasers, they sent out their Laser Falcon. I have been setting that up and testing it out. This one is a pre-production prototype and wasn't really working as it was supposed to, so that one might come onto the channel, but it maybe also won't if I don't get a chance to fix it. Next up is one from Wainlux, a new company that I haven't worked with in the past, and they sent out their L6. This again was a prototype. It had a couple of software issues here and there, but like I said, a pre-production prototype, so the final versions that are sent out to customers have these issues already resolved. Now in my case, I have resolved them as well. They have a super knowledgeable customer service department giving me step-by-step instructions on how to fix it, and I successfully have, so I can move on to making the review for that one too. And if you thought that was it for laser engravers, you'd be wrong, because xTool also sent out their D1 Pro. This is one of their newer versions with a stronger laser and also some upgraded parts on it. Alongside that, they sent out the Air Assist and also the rotary. I will be making a video on that pretty soon. Production on that has almost been finished. I just need to finish off a couple of things, change some things here and there, and then the video can go up probably next week, I think. But in the meantime, I will be posting some other videos as well. So just like with the 3D printing, the laser engraving started as a similar sort of story. On Tested, the channel that hsMVY has been using a lot lately, they used to post videos on 3D printers and also a while ago on laser engravers. And that is when I got really excited about all of these machines and wanted to test them out myself, and have slowly rolled into that thanks to my channel and you guys as my audience. And the machine you see right here is a Gweike Cloud. I'm not really sure how you pronounce that first word, but nonetheless, that is the sort of machine that I wanted to test from the start. But I got to start off with some of the more suitable for home use, smaller machines first, and then recently got reached out to by Gweike. I will be leaving links in the description down below about their Pro. They have sent it out to me to test for a couple of months, use on various different projects all over, and showcase to you guys. I've already done a couple of things here and there, and that will all be coming up to the channel fairly soon. And in order to incorporate some of those laser machines that I have been receiving, I will be focusing on some small diorama builds, and for that I reached out to Hobbyzone to upgrade my workbench. It has been the same setup for a couple of years now, and together with them we came up with a couple of ideas to update and upgrade the workbench setup, and also use it for a couple of those dioramas or garages that I will be building with those lasers. So that is all to come up in a short video, just updating the workbench, and then some more detailed videos with the laser engravers going in depth on what I'm doing and what I'm making, of course. And to add to the 1/8 scale projects that I've been doing recently, Revell have re-released some of their older 1/8 scale kits and sent out the Firebird for me to build. Not really sure when I will be building it, but I'm super excited about this kit as I love the Firebird. Really like the way it looks, and also the pretty simple kit that Revell has made is a really nice build that I've seen so far, and I'm pretty excited to get to it. Again, not sure when. If you have been following any sort of social media around scale modeling, then Alpha Model has probably been something you've been seeing around fairly a lot. They have been coming out with a lot of different subjects and kits that I want to build really badly, but other kit manufacturers are simply not producing, and thankfully Alpha Model is. Now, they are a big supporter of the channel. They have sent out a lot of kits that I have yet to build and showcased a couple of times already. However, since they keep coming out with more awesome models to build and are again a really big supporter of the channel, they sent out a new lot of kits for me to add to the already existing pile that I yet have to build. I'm super excited about all of these and want to really show you them on the channel as soon as I can. And that pretty much sums up the mail time for this part of the episode. There are more printers on the way, but those will come at a later date. And quickly going over the web shop, thescalemodelingchannel.com. I have been receiving a lot more stock and updating it every time I can, and therefore new products are on there and old products have been restocked. So if you want to check those out, feel free to do so. Now, the latest addition to my web shop, of course, is TSMC 3D. That is the 3D printing side of the company, printing parts and full kits for customers. That has been going really steadily. The lead times vary sometimes from a couple of days to a week here or there when I'm really busy or just printing a couple of wheels. The parts have been coming out really well, and so far I am having a lot of happy customers. And if you're interested in buying some of the products, they are on the website. If they're not on the website, feel free to send me an email and we'll figure out the rest. And then moving on to the current projects, I am painting a Lamborghini Countach for a customer. This is one of my final commission builds, and once that is finished, I can move on to just focusing on the stuff I want to build myself. But I still have a couple more to go, so these will be coming up on the channel. They simply are paint jobs, or I'm finishing off a build that I've already started, specifically talking about the Ferrari Mondial. That is still waiting for some additional paint colors to be added to it, a bit of polishing, and then the final assembly will go on there as well. And after that, a couple more paint jobs on 1/12 scale for the customer that I'm doing this Countach for as well. The Countach is nearing completion, still needs a bit of polishing and then some matte black trim, and the video will then be ready should be next week, I guess. And if that wasn't enough, I'm also still building the alpha model Porsche 911 GT3 on the channel. I've decided to go for a different set of wheels, a different set of seats, and also a different set of steering wheels. Well, steering wheels, I'm going to change the steering wheel to the standard version that is supposed to be on the car and not the one that is in the kit. This one is made by Decals VM. He has been building models for a long time. I've been following him for years, and also started 3D printing a lot, and recently opened up a store on Cult 3D, sharing a couple of his designs with the steering wheel that I need, and also a set of the comfort seats that I want in the car. As it is not an RS, I myself think that the comfort seats fit a bit better in style with the build than the bucket seats that are in the kit. Now, nonetheless, those bucket seats are really cool, but I just want the comfort seats. Alpha Model did also send out the standard 911 Carrera with some nice seats, so I could decide to steal those and put them in the GT3 and swap these into that one, or just leave it as is and use the 3D printed ones in the current build. If you're still following along, thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next videos fairly soon. Thanks, guys!